This was a synagogue set on fire, and not just that, but while people were inside. The level of fear now in the Jewish community and the sense that things are now starting to get out of control, how real is that now?
Look, I think this is, without question, the worst that we've seen so far in Australia. A synagogue set on fire while people were in it, people having to go to hospital, injured. You know, you can have whatever view you want on the Middle East, but you can't protest outside or set alight a synagogue. This is a place of worship. This is targeting people just for being Jewish. Just for being Jewish. And again, you know, it comes back to leadership, because on Wednesday night we saw a pro-Palestinian protest outside the Great Synagogue. We've seen a couple of similar protests in Melbourne outside synagogues. And so when political leaders don't stand up and say, you can't protest outside a place of worship, you can't protest Jews just for being Jews. These are Jewish Australians for no other reason than our religion. When we're not hearing that message, then it shouldn't be a surprise that the attacks and the aggression escalate at places like synagogues, and that there's a firebombing, horrific, devastating, heart-wrenching. You know, I've personally been so upset about this today. And Peter Dutton came out today and he said he wishes he could say this is unexpected or it came as a surprise, but sadly it's not, because this is the direction that we've been heading in here in this country. And, you know, you ask how we're all feeling. I've been trying to be optimistic. I proudly wear my Magen David. I refuse to be intimidated personally. I will speak out every day that I'm here on Sky News and stand up for the Jewish community, but also for Australia, because we want a safe, multicultural society. Yeah. We want that in this country. Our very values are inclusion and peace and tolerance and kindness. And what we're seeing on our streets doesn't embody that. Maybe the Prime Minister doesn't care because he was once a pro-Palestinian protester yelling into a megaphone. I've played that footage so many times, so maybe he struggles to speak out against this. But Australians hate what they're seeing. We don't want this lawlessness here. We don't want this racism here. It doesn't belong here. And you know, it's just devastating. And there is fear, there is anxiety in the Jewish community. It's been this way for months. There are armed guards outside Jewish schools. And you know, this is the reality we're living with in Australia in 2024. And I don't believe it would be this way, or certainly not this bad, if John Howard, Tony Abbott, Scott Morrison or Peter Dutton were Prime Minister. Absolutely. Or Julia Gillard or Kevin Rudd, by the way, because they wouldn't have stood for this either. Yeah.
Sharri, can I just say personally, and I know all of our Sky News viewers as well, greatly appreciate not just your clarity, but your continued courage in speaking so bluntly about these issues. I appreciate your time tonight. I know you're on a day off, but I really appreciate you speaking to us.
James,
it's just so
again,
important.
No. James, well, again, I'm sure from every member of the Jewish community, we have to thank you and the other Sky News hosts, Chris Kenny, Peter Credlin, Andrew Bolt, Erin Molan, you know, all the Sky News hosts, Caroline Marcus, who have been so strong on this issue. Where would our community be without the Australian newspaper, without the News Corp papers, without Sky News? Because, you know, we don't have any other voices standing up for the community and for Israel. Moral confusion is reigning supreme, particularly in the Albanese government, but also in the media. And we have to stand strong and we have to call it out. And every Australian of all faiths has to say, we want peace, not this lawlessness, not this crime of setting alight a synagogue.
Absolutely. Sharri Markson, appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.